Good morning, third grade class, and welcome back to our virtual classroom.
Good morning.
All right, today we are going to continue to learn about harvesting, and we're going to keep talking about how it has shaped our lives and how it has made such an impact in our lives. Yesterday, we read a book that was called Ways to Grow Gardening Harvesting, and I want you to think about what we learned. So, to start us off, I'm going to share my screen. And we're going to begin with a presentation that's done through Pear Deck. Are you girls still signed in, or do I need to show the... Yeah, you're still signed in, correct? Thumbs up if you're still on there. Okay. So we're going to continue talking about harvest. Today we will review the vocabulary using Gimkit. We're going to discuss the book Ways to Grow Gardening Harvesting, and then which was our nonfiction book. And then today we're going to read a fiction book called Before We Eat, From Farm to Table, and eventually create a Venn diagram. So to start, we're going to do our Gimkit. And if you go to .com, let me share the tab, go to gimkit.com live and enter this code. As soon as you type in your code and your name, it should pop up down here. Did you girls find the website? Yes, thumbs up? Okay. And oh, really? Let's see. Let's see if this works. If not, we'll pause it. Okay, great. So that's 2 minutes. I'm gonna cut it down to 1 minute. So try to answer as many of the vocabulary questions as you can, and then we'll stop, okay? And so for you guys that are watching Gimkit, it's kind of like a hoot. They answer questions, and for every question they get correct, they get $1. And so it's like a competition to see what student can get the highest amount of money, and you can do time limits or you could do a money limit. And as they're answering questions, they can increase by shopping with the money they get to increase the money they get for each correct answer. So it's really fun, and I think most of the kids do like it. We usually do it at the middle school, so that's where I got this from. All right, girls, I'm going to go ahead and cut this short. And we're going to not listen to that because it does not play correctly. So it gives you the results, but we're going to skip that for now. All right, I'm back on the Pear Deck. Do you girls see that? Okay. So now that we reviewed our vocabulary, let's talk about the book that we read yesterday, which was Ways to Grow Gardening Harvesting. And to do that, I want you girls to draw or type 2 things you learned about harvesting yesterday. So go ahead and start either drawing and typing your response to what we learned about yesterday. And then I click on hide response and I'm able to see what they're doing. So Emily, I'm going to go ahead and have you talk about what you're drawing and what you're typing. Yes, please. All right, good. Thank you. Brenda, can I have you share what you're writing and what you're drawing? All right, thank you, girls. I'm going to go ahead and let you finish that real quick. All right, I'm going to go ahead and lock the screens. What you have is really good. We're going to go ahead and move on. All right, so right now we've been on for the computer for a while, so I want you girls to get up and let's stretch real quick. So go ahead and start from squat position. You're going to squat down, and if you can't catch in the camera, that's okay. You want to step away, that's okay. You're going to slowly start to rise and reach for the sun. Now bring your arms to the center of your chest, close your eyes, and take a big deep breath. All right, and when you're ready, go ahead and take a seat and let's continue, okay? Now we're ready to keep learning. All right, today we're going to read a book that is called Before We Eat From Farm to Table. So I'm going to go ahead and present it. Give me a thumbs up when you see what I am sharing. Okay. We need to start from the beginning though. Before we eat from farm to table. As we sit around this table, let's give thanks as we are able to all the folks we'll never meet who help provide this food we eat. They plowed the ground and planted seeds. Now I want you to go back to the presentation and answer this question. Who is plowing the ground and why are they plowing the ground? Okay, girls, you're doing a very good job. Let's see. So one of you said the farmers because they're getting ready to plant seeds, and the other one said farmers they're getting ready to plant seeds. So you're very close. All right, good. Let's continue. And I went too fast. Tended fields, removed the weeds. They picked the food at harvest time, working in the heat and grime. They grazed the cattle, fed the sows, gathered eggs, and milked the cows. They fished from boats out on the seas, raised wheat and nuts and honeybees. Oh, thank you. I'm sorry, I'm going to go ahead and continue where I was, if that's all right, girls. Thank the ones who packed the crates, sorted boxes, checked the weights. Thank the drivers on the roads in their trucks with heavy loads. And all the clerks at all the stores who did the grocery selling chores. Thank the ones who bought this food, the ones who teach me gratitude. Sitting at this meal we share, we are grateful and aware, sending thanks upon the air to those workers everywhere. Go ahead and go back to your Pear Deck presentation. Here is the following question. Can you name all the workers that were in our story? All right, let's look at the responses. Emily, can you give me 4 of the people that you named? And then Brenda, can you name the last 4? All right, girls, good. Let's continue. So I was going to have you draw the process of how the food arrives at our table. So I'm going to go ahead and give you a couple minutes to draw the process of how the food arrives at our table. Let's take a look. Who would like to describe their They're drawing. All right, Emily. Go ahead, Emily. Yes. Is this the one that's yours, or is it this one down here? Is it the first one or the second one? Okay, go ahead and talk to us about your drawing. That's okay. All right, good. Okay, so now that we've read the book that was nonfiction and the fiction book, we're going to do a Venn diagram. And I'm going to give you this rubric. So you need to have 4 contrasting statements from the fiction book. And if you get all 4 of them, you get all 4 points. And then if you get less than that, these numbers correspond with the points up here. And then you need to have 4 contrasting statements from the nonfiction book, which was the first one we read at the beginning of yesterday. And again, if you include all your 4 contrasting statements, you get all your 4 points. And then in the middle, you're going to compare both of those books. And if you include 4 comparing statements, you get all 4 points for a total of 12 points. So you are able to do this on this slide. So I'm going to give you a couple minutes to complete that, and then we'll go over that, okay? Does that sound good, girls? You know what's going on? All right. All right. Who would like to share what they have written? All right.
Okay, I just talked about.
All right. Anybody else would like to share? Okay. All right. And then I'm going to have both of you share what you have in the middle. What is something that they both books talked about? All right. Brenda, what'd you put? Similar things? That's okay. Yeah, because I mean, we met it as a class and we talked about it. Really good. All right, girls. Today we learned and reviewed the vocabulary. We also read a new book, which was the Before We Eat from Farm to a Table. And you also used both of those books to create a Venn diagram. And that is all I have for you today. So I want to wish you a very good day. All right, bye, girls. You too.